Hi, welcome to 2 Minutes on Transition, a daily video series in honor of Transgender Awareness Week. This is our 7th and final video in the series, and today we're going to talk about something incredibly important, which is the capacity we all have that lies untapped in us. I'm Linda Rossetti. I've studied transition for the better part of a decade, and I'm fascinated by the fact that we misunderstand transition as a society, and as a result, we have tons of misconceptions around it. So far in this series, we've talked about the difference between changes and transition, and the fact that transition really is a shifting of the reference points we use to set our definition and expectation for who we are. We've also talked about what transition really is and how, as a society, we get so focused on the first stage of what transition is, which is a trigger, right? They can be very visible or they can be internal, right? They can be events, they can be feelings or recognition, right? But triggers do nothing more than deposit us as an opportunity for a decision, right? The triggers themselves are not the transition. That happens when we understand that the choices we make are really at the heart of transition. And the choices we need to make if we choose to transition is to align our truth, our essence, with the expression of that we bring to the world. And ultimately today I want to leave you with something, and that is this choice that we can make in transition is a choice to lead with our voice, right? Our essence, our truth. And if we choose to go there, we unlock an enormous capacity that resides in each of us, that unfortunately in our normative society, we are taught or conditioned to kind of put that in the background. And the reality is transition is a choice to bring that forward. And all of the people, I've talked with hundreds of people, every single person that I've interviewed about transition, talk about being awoke by this process, this choice of aligning against our beliefs. And they also talk about being joyful and peaceful and optimistic and tapping into an energy source that they weren't aware that they had. So ultimately, I believe transition not to be what society likes to talk about it, but transition is an invitation to access the enormous capacity that's resident in each of us. And it is an option that no one is going to force us. It requires choice. And if we're willing and courageous enough to make that choice, not only do we get a new connection between us and ourselves, but between ourselves and others, and our ability to be connected to the greater world around us and advocate for changes and, frankly, what the world desperately needs, which is engaging all of us in the conversation of this humanity. So thank you so much for joining this series. Again, if you like my work, I hope you like the video. And also take a moment to join me on Twitter. I am very active at Linda A. Rossetti, LindaARossetti. 2 A's, 2 S's, 2 T's. It is there you can find links to my podcast, my blog, and a host of other work that I do. Good luck. I hope you found this useful, and I thank you for joining us.